Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at a team that's inspired by the current event that's going on. We're going to have here a team that is going to be inspired by the Lunar New Year event, which is only going to have like Snake Boys here, along Snake Boys. We're going to have on our team, we're going to have the Steelix, which is going to be spawning currently as well as Onyx. We're going to have the Sasop of Gyarados, which you can encounter as a Gyarados actually, if you are lucky. And then we're going to have here the Superior in the back, which you can encounter as a Snivy, which you also currently have in the current event. So you have 3 Pokemon in the current event. There are actually some other very good options here right now from the event that you can run. For example, Dunsparce, which I thought of running as well. I thought mainly of running the lead of Gyarados, Sasop, Dunsparce, and in the back the Steelix, which would have worked out quite well as well, most likely. And then we're going to have also Dratini, which I also thought of running with the basically the same team here, but just instead of the Superior having the Dragonair in the back, just to have like the Snake Boy in there as well. But yeah, we're going to kind of have a team that's very similar to my Legend team here right now, and I really enjoyed my Legend team, so I kind of want to give it a bit more of a try. Even though, of course, it's a bit different. We don't have Annihilate, but we're going to have here the Sasop of Gyarados, which is quite a bit different. And also, I always kind of forget that my Gyarados has pretty bad IVs, which you see on the right side as well. So this most likely impacts it a little bit as well. But still, it was actually a really good Pokemon in the current meta. It has a lot of play against the current meta as well. With the typing it has and with the coverage it has, it's being able to hit, for example, Diggersby for super effective damage, but also the Corsola. And so we're going to take a look at some interesting gameplay here. We're going to have the lead of the, what's called the Wigglytuff here, which is going to be great. They swap onto the Marowak, and I honestly went into my other Pokemon, into my Grass Boy, because here they're going to be able to go for super effective hits with the Rock Slide, and I might be in a position where I cannot get to my next move in time, and then I would need to fully farm them down, which wouldn't be ideal, I would say. But let's see here. Yes, the opponent going to be able to go for another charge move, and as we will see as well, Rockslide is coming through. We only go for the full farm down. We're going to be able to get the KO, but in comes now the Wigglytuff, and we have 2 Awkward Tails now coming their way. Would have been ideal for sure to have a bit of better IVs. I'm going to check real quick on the site on how much the IV is going to matter for the Gyarados, because Gyarados was actually really good, and I wonder if, like, if you have really good IVs on this Pokemon, if it's going to make this Pokemon like super overpowered. But as you see here, we're going to have Golok in the back, which is going to be great for us because we have a Grass type here, which we saved up for that. But again, Gyarados will have been fine as well. And we're going to get the shield from them, which is all we kind of need, because we are going to be able to go ahead and get off another Psychic Fangs later on. Because, yeah, we are knowing that the opponent doesn't have any energy here. And so we're going to be in a very okay-ish spot. We're going to be able to get the Psychic Fangs off while he's in the fast move animation. And so this is going to be a good game, and we're going to be able to win this one. So, there are actually some interesting matchups that are going to change with the IV spread depending for like the Gyarados. But generally speaking, I don't know, like it's actually not that bad to have a bit of an attack investment. You're actually going to be able to win against Ariados and Diggersby, but you lose against Galarian, Corsola, and the Quagsire in the 1-shield scenario with the IV spread that I have here right now. In the 2-shield scenario, you definitely lose a little bit more. So yeah, it is definitely nice to have good IVs on your Shadow Gyarados. It definitely helps out quite a bit. You otherwise lose matchups against like Clodsire even, or Feraligatr, which are very, very important matchups. And in the 0-shield scenario, you just lose more matchups. So yeah, definitely IVs are kind of important on the Gyarados. I would have wished to have some better ones, which I most likely have laying around. I just forgot about it. Anyway, we're going to be able to catch a move here, which was not really ideal. I rather would have been able to, of course, fully farm them down, but you're not always going to get what you want. And as you will see here, we're going to get at least the full farm down. Now they swap onto the Clodsire, and I was very confused about this play from the opponent, because they actually let the move go through, and they actually know that they're going to be able to survive this hit, which I did not expect at all. So, well played by them. They're going to still have 2 shields left here, and they're going to be able to go for the knockout with the move that they have here. And I'm going to kind of misplay this one a little bit, I feel like. What we're going to do here is we're going to go for the Aerial Ace against the opponent. I know that the Ice Beam is going to knock us out. I wanted to catch the move and then decide against it. I'm not too sure. I think I still would have most likely lost even if I would have been able to catch the move, because I still think they would have been able to outspeed me there and would have got to another Ice Beam in time. But I at least needed to try that one. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but we can move on to the next opponent who has a lead that's going to be great for us and a Sasop that's going to be great for us. And so they forfeit. Good job there. Honestly, Steelix is really underrated currently. I feel like Steelix is one of the Pokemon that you really would like to have currently in the meta, because it is so good. Like, the time I played for my Legend team, it was amazing. The time I played here, it's amazing. And honestly, it has so much play against the current meta. But sometimes I actually feel like Breaking Side would be kind of cool for this Pokemon, because Breaking Side might make even the matchup against Drapion a playable one. So it really depends if Earthquake or Breaking Type is going to be solid. There's also the option to go for the Crunch, which sometimes has some play because Crunch sometimes can help you out with the matchup against the Galarian Corsola, or again, here we are going to have a Drifblim against us. But yeah, definitely, I feel like Steelix is kind of underrated currently as well. We will see here that I'm gonna go for the Crunch. I know that they are going to use a shield, but I want to get the defense drop against them, hoping that this is going to be the best way of playing around that. But as you will see here, we're going to go into our Steelix. The opponent's going to go for a charge move. I decided to let the move go through because I think my other Pokemon is going to be most important, which is going to be my Superior. And I think this was a very, very smart decision because all of a sudden now we're going to have our, what's called our Grass-type boy against this one. We're going to go for the full Farmland, hopefully. But as we will see here, we're going to get a little bit too low, but I'm still should be kind of fine. As we will see, we're going to have here the opponent, just still going to go down to an Aerial Ace. I have another charge move start. We should be in a very, very solid spot, I have to say. So as we'll see here, we're going to be able to get another charge move off against the opponent's Drifblim. This should hopefully going to get the knockout against them, and it is not going to get the knockout, but Gyarados will, and so we can move on to the next opponent. Next up, we're going to have here again Drapion. I feel like against Drapion you might have some more play with Breaking Type. Well, yes, we have a super effective hit here with the Earthquake. It's just a little bit awkward. Drapion, generally speaking, is like such an awkward Pokemon to deal with currently because I feel like there's not really a good answer to it. I literally feel like there is not really a good answer to Drapion in the current meta. Just the coverage that this Pokemon has is absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, anyway, we're going to see here the opponent going for a charge move. It's going to be the Icy one coming through. We're going to be able to go into our Steelix here now, go for the full Farmland against the opponent as well. But not before they can go for their own charge move, which we decide to let go. It's going to be the Icy one, luckily. And so, we are still having some play here. Let's see what they're going to have in the bag coming in against us. It is going to be the Drapion again, and I tried to go for the Psychic Fangs, I think, but that did not really work out yet as the Orchid here is going to land. At least it's a CMP tile, which is going to be great. I hope that they're going to use a shield here against me, which they do, which is really important because now I can go for another move, but against the Corsola. But honestly, I feel like we still have some play because now Corsola should be in range where I can knock them out with the Superior, but I kind of want to overfarm by a little bit here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. The opponent went straight for the charge move. Not great fast move timing, but that's fine for us. And now we're going to be able to go ahead and go for those Frenzy Plants against the opponent. This is going to be great. This is going to allow us to get here a lot of damage against them. In comes the Drapion. We're going to be able to go for another charge move here against the opponent as well. It is going to allow us to get the shield, and we can even reach another one, which the opponent didn't expect that I would be able to get there that fast. And that is amazing, because now we're going to get the KO, and we can move on to the next opponent. Yugong in the lead is going to be great, and honestly, I feel like Steelix is so underrated in the current meta. Having the Electric-type fast move is so good right now. There's so many Pokemon that are weak to it, and I honestly feel like this Pokemon has so much play, even maybe in the Pokemon tournaments there, because you have quite a lot of Pokemon that are weak to this. Like, if you look into, like, the teams that recently won, like, you had, like, a lot of times, like, double water teams, which usually would be bad for a ground-type Pokemon. But with Steelix, I feel like you have a lot of play. But then again, it's a little bit of an RPS Pokemon as well. If you have the Mud Slapper against you on the lead, then that is not going to be great as well. But, yeah, as you will see here, we're going to have the Wigglytuff against us. It's going to be a great Pokemon here. But let me take a look real quick at the #1 team from the last regional. We have literally only one Pokemon that can beat Steelix in the #1 team from the last regional, which is going to be the normal Kanto Megarak. So I feel like Steelix is such a strong Pokemon currently that it's definitely worth getting. By the way, you can also get the XL Candy currently for Steelix, which is going to allow you to have one for the Ultra League or for the Mega Evolution, which is also a very interesting Pokemon. So also something that's interesting as well. In 1 month, we're going to have the Mega Master League back, which is usually a bug league where you can use multiple Megas. Hopefully they fixed that issue yet. But it's going to be an interesting one. I'm really going to be curious on how this is going to be working out again. Mega Master League being back for the first time in like ages, so that's going to be an interesting one. But yeah, if you want to basically use, for example, the Steelix, that would be one of them there. But I'm not too sure on how good Steelix is going to be there. It has a great typing though, being a Steel-type Pokemon there in the meta. Has great coverage as well, so gonna be curious, but most of the time you're mostly gonna see rather something like the Rayquaza as well as the Kyogre and Groudon. But eventually we might even be able to get the Mewtwo as a Mega. That's going to be kind of cool one. And while we're talking a little bit about Megas, and we even have another Pokemon here that could Mega Evolve, which is going to be the Gyarados. What is your favorite Mega Pokemon? Would be really interesting for me to see down below in the comment section, because you're going to get more Mega Pokemon very, very soon, as the next game going to introduce some more again from the main series games. And this is going to allow also, of course, for more Mega Pokemon in Pokemon Go, which is going to be interesting. So definitely let me know down below. I actually don't really know what my favorite Mega Pokemon is. I feel like it's Gengar, kinda. Like, that would be the first Pokemon that comes to my mind. But there are a lot of really, really cool Mega Pokemon that I really like a lot, so yeah, let me know down below. But anyway, I'm going to see here the Azumarill against our Superior. I have to kind of use a shield here. I show most days just stayed in and let my Steelix go down. I feel like there was a bit of a misplay there for me. Then in comes my Peko. Speaking of misplay, why not go ahead and go for the bait here? The opponent calls that one, which is really, really smart. Like, that's really, really good for them. I still have a chance here, hopefully, of winning, but as we will see, the opponent is going to now have to use a shield here, basically, and we can swap out afterwards into our Steelix, hoping for the best. But it's going to be a very, very close one. The opponent is going to decide to go for a charge move, but can we still farm them down with our other Pokemon? It is going to be a close one. Let's see. We cannot. The opponent goes for a charge move. Can we still survive, though? It's going to be an aura wheel here, most likely. Yeah, we can survive with like 1 HP and we sadly lose. So good play by the opponent. Like, if we just went for the move straight away, we would have been able to knock them out, but it is what it is. Next up, we have Primeape here against us. Again, maybe it would have been a little bit better to have better IVs on my Gyarados for this matchup, but let's see on how this is going to go. Rachel is going to connect against us. We're going to try our best to go for the Awkward Tail in time, but they're going to still get to another charge move. I think I maybe over-tapped a little bit here. But it's going to be fine. Rachel is coming in, and I can go for the full farm now. Having a ton of energy for whatever Pokemon comes back in is going to be very, very solid for me. So we're going to see here as well. We're going to be able to go for another charge move. It is going to be the Awkward Tail that is coming in here. We can go for another Awkward Tail afterwards. This is going to be very solid for us, getting the opponent's stun spots a little bit lower. And of course we have to deal with this Pokemon with our Superior, which can at least take the hits a bit easier. They swap out into the Talonflame. Can we still win this one? We have to rely on the Thunder Fang damage. Together now with the defense drop onto the opponent as well. It's going to do a ton of damage against them. I'm going to be forced to use a shield here, because if it's a Brave Bird, I've definitely going to screw up with that one. But we're going to just defly. But we're going to be able to go for the full farm down, allowing us now to, yeah, basically sacrifice our Steelix. I could have went for a charge move. I would have lost the CMP die anyway. So like, that is the thing why I went for the extra fast move. But as we will see here, Superior can easily take 2 Rock Slides from the opponent, forcing him to go for a third one. And yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one here. So you're going to be able to go for another charge move. It is going to be the Frenzy Plant that's going to get shielded from the opponent. And we can go for another Frenzy Plant to knock them out here. No real worries, and this is going to be totally fine. We can get the KO and we can move on to the next opponent. Final opponent for the day. Thanks so much for watching this video so far. Would really appreciate it if you could leave a like, and also let me know down below what kind of video do you want to see next. I kind of want to do some more videos as well that are not PvP based, in terms of like not just gameplay based. So if you have some ideas on what you want to see for like maybe potential things in the future, then feel free to let me know. But yeah, as we all see here, the opponent's going to have the Whimsicott against us. We're going to go for the Psychic Fangs. And as we will see here, we're going to be able to get the Psychic Fangs off there. The opponent is going to be very, very low. Our backline is really, really weak to this Pokemon, so we had to kind of stay in there. But this is the thing as well. The opponent is going to be quite low now. We can go for the full farm with our Superior, and so we're going to be in a solid spot. But again, look at how much the Steelix actually did in this battle. It is quite ridiculous. As we're going to see, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for another Frenzy Plant. This is going to allow us to get the shield from the opponent. And as we will see here, we're going to have a shield coming up. It's going to be the Drill Peck. We're going to try to go for another Frenzy Plant. I'm not too sure about the pacing of Steel Ring right now. I think it got nerfed a bit. And so I kind of was not too sure about this one. And they can actually outspeed me here, which is really annoying. Maybe I should have let the move go through and just rely on my Gyarados and just get some energy there. But I decided to use a shield here. I am not too sure about it. But let's take a look at this one. We're going to see the Feraligatr in the back. I was hoping that my Gyarados is going to be able to survive an Ice Beam here. And again, I think the IV spread really mattered here, because I think usually I would be able to do that, but sadly I'm going to lose this battle now. But this is going to be it for the video. It was a fun team to run. Let me know down below what you want to see next, and I will see you then. Bye bye.